She was the Empress of India, the ruler of the largest empire the world had ever seen. Isolated by duty and grief, surrounded by sycophants and schemers, Queen Victoria was bored, lonely, and utterly miserable. But what happens when the most powerful woman on earth finds solace not in a prince or a politician, but in a young Muslim clerk from India she ordered to wait on her at dinner? This isn't a fairy tale. It's a true story of a friendship so shocking, her own family would attempt to burn it from history.
The year is 1887. For her Golden Jubilee, Victoria receives a gift from her Indian subjects, 2 servants to present her with a ceremonial coin, a moher. One of them is Abdul Karim, 24 years old, a clerk from Agra. He was chosen for the job simply because he was tall and handsome. The rules were clear. Present the coin, bow, and retreat. Do not make eye contact. But Abdul did, and in that moment, something shifted. The Queen, intrigued by this striking young man, made a simple request. She asked him to teach her Urdu. It started with language lessons, but it quickly became something much, much more.
Abdul wasn't just a teacher. He was her Murshid, her spiritual guide. He introduced her to curries, which she loved. He gave her a sense of a world beyond the stifling court. In return, she knighted him her munshi, or secretary, and showered him with land, titles, and gifts. He became her most trusted confidant, reading her private correspondence, offering advice. She defended him fiercely against a tidal wave of racism and pure jealousy from her household and her own children.
The scandal was seismic. The royal family was apoplectic. They called it the Munshi crisis. They spread vile rumors, investigated his family, and were horrified by the influence this Indian servant held. They saw a threat, but Victoria saw only a loyal friend who asked for nothing but her respect. She wrote in her journal, "I am so fond of him. He is so good and gentle and understanding, and is a real comfort to me."
Queen Victoria's friendship with Abdul lasted until her very last day. She died in 1901 with his picture by her side. But the moment she was gone, the revenge began.
King Edward VII's first order: expel Abdul and his wife from Britain. Then he ordered a systematic purge. He sent soldiers to raid Abdul's home, confiscating every letter the Queen had ever written him. He then marched to the royal archives at Frogmore House and burned virtually every piece of evidence of their profound bond.
For over a century, he was nearly forgotten, a footnote in royal history. That is, until a century later, when historians rediscovered Abdul Karim's long-hidden journals, revealing the truth behind one of the most unlikely and controversial friendships in the history of the crown. A story not of romance, but of respect. A connection that crossed every barrier of age, race, and empire, and so threatened the establishment, they tried to burn it away.
What do you think? Was it a genuine friendship, or was the Queen manipulated? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe for more stories they didn't want you to know.